Live stream will be starting in just about 30 seconds or so.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Getting your work week started right by stretching out your vagina holes with the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. It is Monday morning, the beginning of your work week. That's right, the weekend is over. Sorry, nothing I can do about that. I can't bring back the weekend. But what I can do is make you forget about a few hours of your time that you were spending today at work, either behind the desk, in the cubicle, at the machine, in front of whoever it is that you, I don't know, maybe you work with kids. Oh, my God. The beginning of your work week already, you're going to start going insane. So, I am here to be insane for you, okay? Let somebody else be crazy for a little while. That's where I come in. So, once again, I say welcome to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. All of my listeners here in Detroit, Michigan, as heard on alienxradio.com. Also, UG Media in the UK. Good afternoon to you folks. You've already had your lunch and everything. Maybe I'm here to help you digest. or maybe just forget the last part of your day. We'll go with that. Okay, you can digest on your own, I think. I do apologize if I sound I'm straining a little bit today, but for some reason, as soon as I started talking, I realized my voice is at like half capacity today. I don't know what the deal is. So we'll be working on that. So anyway, things that we're going to talk about today. I have a review of punchlines in all 3 hours. We've got the news updates from NPR, the sports update from The Prospect, music for your vagina holes, and things we'll be discussing today are Comic-Cons. Are they all starting to become the same? Things that we just don't need to advertise anymore. Just stop. You can save the money. You don't need to advertise these products. We already know what they are. Everybody knows that they need them. Assault with a delicious weapon, and squeaky noses from the sky during a storm. What could that possibly mean? And what would you say to a $275 one slice toaster? Unbelievable. Are Canadians actually the drunkest, and do they do the most cocaine? We'll talk about that because I don't know if that's honest. We'll find out. Modern day nannies and how they are superheroes because we know about modern day children. And what time does their adult training begin? We'll talk about that. Receiving bad information, and of course we will review just a few questions from yesterday's episode of Inside the Mothership, where of course we had D-Unit and Mad Martin from UG Media. He called in and they were answering just a few questions, and this week it is entitled Celebrity Lube Match. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get this hour underway.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
May 20th, 1927. Aviator Charles Lindbergh takes off from New York's Long Island aboard the Spirit of St. Louis. Some 33 hours later, Lindbergh lands in Paris, becoming the first person to fly solo nonstop across the Atlantic Ocean. 1932, aviator Amelia Earhart takes off from Newfoundland, Canada for Ireland, becoming the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic. 1961, the Freedom Riders suffer more violence as they campaign against racial segregation in the South. This time, the civil rights activists are attacked by a white mob in Montgomery, Alabama. That prompts the federal government to send in U.S. Marshals to restore order and protect the activists. 1506, Christopher Columbus, the explorer whose transatlantic voyages led to European colonization of the Americas, dies in Spain. And 1989...
I think that the people are worrying too much about conserving this country's natural resources.
In Los Angeles, comedian Gilda Radner, an original cast member of TV's Saturday Night Live, dies of ovarian cancer. She was 42. Today in history, May 20th. Camille Bohannon, The Associated Press.
All right, folks, now that we know what happened all that time ago on this day, let's go ahead and get today's actual today started with a brand new submission to the station, a band called Blitz. That's capital B, then a little L, little I, little T, capital Z. Blitz, and waiting for a miracle. And you are listening to The Attack, the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
You know me. May we agree to disagree? So sad it seems you bore me. So sad we show you no mercy. We shout, you shout. Go where only eagles dare. Go where only eagles go. Waiting for a miracle, waiting for our time to come, waiting for a day in the sun, waiting for a miracle. Victims of circumstance, face to face with your last chance. You can run, but you can hide from the Illuminati, Jekyll and Hyde. We shout, you shout. Go where only angels dare. Go where only angels go. Waiting for a miracle. Waiting for our time to come. Waiting for a day in the sun. Waiting for a miracle. Waiting for a miracle. Waiting for our time to come. Waiting for
is William Merklinger, and you're listening to
X Radio.
The world ended. Didn't you get the memo?
Hey, my man, what are you doing? Hey, Rollo, what's happening, man? Look here, I want to ask you a question. Does that look like wild parsley to you?
You mean that marijuana? Hey, look here, baby. It's just about ready to be harvested, too.
Yeah, well, just stay away from it, Rollo.
Hey, man, don't worry. It's enough for everybody.
Rollo, just stay away from it now. Now get in the house.
Oh, man, so why did your old man plant that anyway?
He didn't, Rollo. It just sprung up all by itself.
Oh, it just sprung up, did it? Well, what a fine spring we're having.
No, well, we got to think of some way to get rid of that stuff.
Hey, don't worry, baby. I'll do it.
Wait a minute. I know. I'll burn it.
That's exactly what I had in there.
We can't burn it, man. If we burn it, then somebody will smell it. I know. We'll turn it into the police.
Oh, you can't turn it into the police, fool. What's wrong with you? Come on, we got to figure this out intelligently. Come on, sit down here. I got an idea. I know it'll work. Understand? Forget. Now, we know we can't burn it.
No, we can't burn it, man.
Yeah. And we can't wrap it up in a bundle with paper because it would stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, it would stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, somebody will find it.
Somebody will find it.
So here's what I'll do.
Yeah?
Instead of wrapping it up in a huge piece of paper,
yeah,
throwing it out, then I'll just get some little pieces of paper about this size. And then I'll take the marijuana little by little and wrap it up in those little pieces of paper, and I'll get rid of it all one by one.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Can you feel it?
All right, everybody, welcome back to The Attack. I am your host, Alien Stone. It is my duty and privilege to inform you that this portion of the show is being brought to you by Ashley's of Westland, located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Stop on in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and Saturday nights for Spork Alive with our own DJ Wild Bill. Don't forget about the 2019 Brewery Throwdown Championship Finals happening on May 22nd. Dragon Mead will be taking on Batch Brewing, and your vote is needed to help determine a winner. Just remember that with good beer, everybody wins at Ashley's. That's Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap. Thank you so much, Ashley's, for being a sponsor of the show. Anyway, now it is time for a punchline review. Remember, if you don't listen to Inside the Mothership, then you may not know what a punchline is. What a punchline is, no, it's not a punchline to a joke. No, that's not why I'm using it. Hey, millennials can make up new definitions for words, so can I. So, what it is I read a headline that was actually posted or printed by the media. And then I don't read the story. And then I just hit you with whatever I want to hit you about that punchline, or that headline, rather. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to, it would normally be punchlines number 1, but we have a 3-hour show, so instead of 1, 2, and 3, we're going to go punchline A. That's terrible. No, just, here goes the punchlines. Teen looking for arrowheads finds prehistoric mastodon jaw instead. Now, are we supposed to clap? Good job, sir. Good job. You found something you weren't even looking for. It took no talent at all to do that. It was, oops, you found it. But what you didn't do was you didn't find a freaking arrowhead. Now, granted, you found something cooler, I think. Much cooler. But it's not what you were looking for. So that's a fail, my friend. That's a fail. Take your jaw. Go somewhere else. Australian official warns against cow kissing challenge for charity. I don't care if it's for charity or not. I'm not kissing a cow. You see them out there just chewing all day. See, what people don't know what that is that they're chewing on? It's called a cud. It's called a cud. And they chew on it all day long, but every once in a while they swallow it. And then they cough it back up into their mouth and start chewing on it again. It has to do with the digestion in their 4 stomachs. Whatever, I don't know. Either way, I'm not kissing that cow. I'm certainly going to eat some brisket, though. I guarantee. It's delicious. And why do we need an official to tell Australia this? Like, the rest of us, if you have to be told, don't go out and make out with cows by, like, a state official or something. I'm sorry, but it is official. You can't suck face with a cow. It's not allowed. It's frowned upon. Don't do it. Okay. I won't do it no more. No more? Unbelievable. NYPD uses Woody Harrelson's picture to nab a lookalike beer thief. So there's a beer thief going around stealing beer, because that's what beer thieves do. He wouldn't be stealing beer if he was a horse thief. He'd be out stealing horses, right? So he's a beer thief stealing beer. Good job out of him. But he looks like Woody Harrelson. So they're going around showing a picture of Woody Harrelson. Have you seen this guy? And they're like, yeah, White Man Can't Jump. Saw the movie. Cheers. Yeah. We've seen this guy. You're showing a picture of a celebrity to people. And then you come to find out that the guy stealing beer is actually Woody Harrelson. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, that happened some time ago with, what was his name? Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow one time, he had a problem where a guy was going into different malls and super outlets and things, and that Barry Manilow had accounts at. And he would go in and he would get really expensive things, and he would just, as he's leaving, he would just put it on my account. And they were throwing all this stuff onto Barry Manilow's account. Now, I don't know if you know much about Barry Manilow's career, but I don't think he's doing a whole lot anymore. So he needs to, like, not let people waste his money. I mean, he may be a millionaire. I don't know. If you know how much money Barry Manilow is worth, and if you think anybody else cares, give me a call, 313-444-8919. That's 1-313-444-8919. How much is Barry Manilow worth? And to who? Anyway, more music for your Vajir holes coming from a band called Rain and their remake and their retake on Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. You're listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Open doors, leading you down into my core, where I become so numb, without a soul. My spirit's sleeping somewhere cold until you find it there and breathe.
creeps, it's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to Alien X Radio.
Yo, don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do what you want to do. Set your goals, accomplish your dreams. I'm off and running, baby. I am trouble. Let's go. I hit the ground running, I ain't looking back again. All the shit I've done in the past has got me adamant to be the man that I can be and lead them to the promised land. Cause I done finally found my flame and I can take a stand. I ain't giving up again, but y'all don't really understand. Everything I went through, I did it so I could be a man. Sacrificing myself so y'all ain't gotta do it. Knowing that my daughters will hold me down if I'ma lose it. I swear to y'all of these babies, they be my doing fluid. I'ma keep it moving like a Buick just to prove it to a ride till the wheels fall off. I can't be not pursuing, cause I done promised myself that I'ma make it big. I don't give a shit what you say about me, I'm on a kid. See this music, I love it like it's a friend of mine. Had I never found the mic, I probably would've lost my mind. Or rated up a junkie looking for another line. I ain't going back again to the lonely road that I used to roam. I was so alone, but I built my dream and now I'm living it. Got my hands in the air and yeah, I'm kicking it. I'm not going back, I ain't going back again to the lonely road. I can still remember everything that they said, that I could never be a rapper, get it out of my head. So I didn't choose a rapper, picked an artist instead. And now I'm painting perfect pictures like Picasso with that. It ain't a dream anymore because I live it. Just a timid little boy that blew up without a gimmick. Now I'm giving everything that I got like the critic. Always kept it real, you can never say that I didn't. Told Sony go to hell, I ain't changing my image. I am the person I am and got a flow to defend it. And I'll be damned if I sell out, I ain't even bending. So put one in the air and smoke for me. Let me take you on a journey that my eyes can see. And I'ma show you everything that I chose to be. Hard work and dedication is a part of T. So if you're feeling how I'm feeling, come on and sing it with me. I ain't going back again to the lonely road that I used to roam. I was so alone, but I built my dream and now I'm living it. Got my hands in the air and yeah, I'm kicking it. I'm not going back, I ain't going back again to the lonely road. I ain't going back again to the lonely road that I used to roam. I'm so alone.
All right. Oh, I am trouble and back again. And we will be back again shortly. It's time to take a short break and pause in the action. When we come back, we're going to be talking about Comic-Cons and are they all becoming the same? Just wondering what your thoughts are. 313-444-8919. Again, that's 313-444-8919. And we'll be back right after this short break and a news break from NPR.
And now your weekly news update from NPR.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
I've always listened to it.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Corva Coleman. Iraqi officials say no one was hurt over the weekend after a rocket landed in the heavily fortified Green Zone in Baghdad, less than a mile from the U.S. Embassy. Last week, the State Department ordered all non-essential staff out of the embassy after the Trump administration warned of potential threats by Iran. On Twitter on Sunday, President Trump warned Iran not to fight or, quote, that will be the official end of Iran. Hundreds of demonstrators marched in Alabama's capital, Montgomery, on Sunday to protest the state's new law criminalizing abortion. The only exception is when a woman's health is endangered. Andy Law, head of the group Reproductive and Gender Equality, says they'll fight to overturn the new ban.
This fight isn't over. The governor signed this bill, but we're going to continue to fight, and we want everybody's help in that fight.
The new law makes no exception for women who are the victims of incest or who have been raped. Kiara Satchel supports the new law.
I'm not condoning rape, but at the same time, that doesn't make a life less valuable because of how it got here.
Similar marches protesting the abortion ban were held in other Alabama cities, including Birmingham, Huntsville, and Mobile. Democratic presidential contender Kamala Harris has announced a new plan aimed at closing the gender pay gap. From member station KPCC, Mary Plummer has more.
California's U.S. Senator Kamala Harris mentioned the plan during her first presidential campaign organizing event in Los Angeles.
In our America, nobody should have to work more than one job to put food on the table and have a roof over their head.
Her campaign is touting the proposal as the first of its kind. It would require large corporations to receive an equal pay certification from the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Harris wants to fine companies that don't pay men and women equally 1% of their profits for each 1% wage gap violation. The California senator is among 23 Democrats currently seeking to win the Democratic Party's nomination. For NPR News, I'm Mary Plummer.
A new report on foreign companies' experiences in China finds many feel compelled to hand over technology in return for access to Chinese markets. NPR's Rob Schmitz reports this number has doubled over the past 2 years.
Feeling pressured to hand over sensitive technology to local Chinese partner companies was one of the primary issues that sparked President Trump's tariff fight with Beijing. And despite China's promises to end such pressure, a European Chamber of Commerce survey shows the number of companies that have reported the practice has doubled in the past 2 years. The report gave no details of why companies felt compelled to hand over their technology. President Trump raised tariffs on Chinese imports last July over complaints Beijing steals or pressures companies to hand over technology. 1/3 of companies surveyed said they don't expect to ever see a meaningful opening of Chinese markets. Rob Schmitz, NPR News, Shanghai.
You're listening to NPR News from Washington.
Ashes of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Hey, big guy. I heard you lost a close one today. Look, Jamie, maybe we weren't the lowest rate this time. But when you show people their progressive direct rate and our competitors' rates, you can't win them all. The important part is you help them save.
Thanks, Flo.
Hey, let's go get you an ice cream cone, champ.
The sprinkles?
Sprinkles are for winners.
I understand.
Got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vagir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am your host, Alien Stone, once again broadcasting from the dark side of the moon, from the other side of planet chaos, from inside the mothership here on alienxradio.com, UG Media in the UK, Facebook Live, and YouTube. Make sure you head on over to the Alien X Radio YouTube page. Go to the channel there and subscribe. You can block me after that if you want, but just, I need the numbers, okay? Come on, man. Get on over there and subscribe to it. I know it's easier to watch on Facebook. You're already on there going all day, and oh, there he is. We'll watch for a little bit. I get it. You know, you got to actually go to YouTube now. Man. YouTube was the one to go to. Now it's just, oh, no, we'll just see when it happened to be if they're, scrolling. But what would we do if we didn't have thumbs to scroll, man? I guess we'd use something else. But we would definitely scroll. Anyway, welcome back to the show. Got some more music for the Vajir Holes on the way. I'm not sure from who yet, though. I like to pick it. I like to surprise myself as we go along. And actually, I think I just surprised myself. There we go. I'll put that in there. But before we get to the music for the Vajir Holes, we do have to talk about this for just a moment. Because Motor City Comic Con is happening. Well, was happening this past weekend. Let me switch this over here for everybody that's watching. Okay. Just because it's a cool thing to look at there. Comic Cons, they used to be very specific. You know what I'm saying? Like, this one was a comic convention. So you'd go there and it would just be comic books and the people who write the comic books and do the illustrations and people dressed up as comic book heroes and you know, that's what was going on at the Comic Con. Okay, then there was a horror con where it was all just the horror movies, you know, and you would have just, you know, all the celebrities from horror movies only. You wouldn't have anybody from anything else, and it would all be focused on that. Well, it seems like it's starting to, I mean, a lot of the horror conventions, specifically Motor City Nightmares that happens here in Detroit, Motor City Nightmares has pretty much kept it to horror. They've pretty much kept it to that side. You know, they're not bringing in any of the comedy or the comic books necessarily unless they're horror comic books. Okay, but it seems like they're starting to be all the same, though, for the most part. You know, the term Comic-Con, it doesn't, you know, you're like, oh, well, what's going to be happening there at the Comic-Con? You know, is it cosplay from movies? Okay, because that's not comic books. That's movies. Okay, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that they need to go back to being more focused on something in particular? You know, like superheroes. A superhero con. It's nothing but superheroes. We're not doing Star Wars. We're not doing Walking Dead. It's all going to be superheroes at the superhero con. And then at Star Wars con, there will be no Star Trek there. And there will be no superheroes. I think that would be awesome. TV Land Con. It has to be all like older television shows. There would have to be a cutoff of the year, you know, for rules to get in there. I would love to see people dressed like Mork and Mindy and stuff like that walking around. That would be awesome. So what do you guys think? 313-444-8919. Again, it's 313-444-8919. Music for the Vajir Holes, courtesy of Dead by Design. And Don't Save Me, the name of the song. And you're listening to The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Looked at myself this morning, and I realized I have no regrets at all. When I look into my eyes,
lead singer of H.I. Rustica, and you are listening to Alien X Radio.
Crossing the old tracks in town, chasing their memories down, the ones we thought to hide away, never to
resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like.
It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I'm your host, Alien Stone, and we are in the final portion of the first hour of the attack. That's where things get heavy. Oh, that's right, yeah. We talk about, it's dick and fart jokes. And feel free to give me a call, 313-444-8919. Again, that's 313-444-8919. Going to be talking about crazy-ass kids and the superhero you need to be to take care of them. First off, it is my duty and privilege to inform you that this portion of the show is being brought to you by Igor's Lube. This portion of the show, yes, it's being brought to you by Igor's Lube. Igor introduces the final ingredient for love. That's Igor's Lube. From squeaky hinges to dry, flaky elbows to naked games of Twister and doing it. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube. Look for it and like it at Igor's Lube on Facebook. Get some today and get some tomorrow at igorslube.com. That's igorslube.com. Yeah, very appropriate sponsor for this portion of the show. That's how we got here. Anyway, you have to be the nannies of today, modern nannies. Okay, they got to be part Mary Poppins because, you got to, be careful of the precious children. You know what I'm saying? You have to coddle them and you have to give them trophies when they do nothing, and they all have to feel like they're special. You can't say anything around them. You can't do anything around them. They can't see anything. And, you have to keep them completely shielded from the world until they're an adult, and then all of a sudden throw everything on them in reality and all that. But anyway, you have to be Mary Poppins. And at the same time, because you have to be like that and you can't discipline or anything like that, you also have to then be part James Bond or John Wick. Okay? You have to be tough because these kids, I'm not saying your kids, okay? I don't know your kids. I don't know your kids. I don't know how you raised your kids. I don't know how you are currently raising your kids. But I know that there are a growing number of kids that are just being allowed to do whatever they want to do, and they get out of control, and then the nannies and the people who take care of them, including their parents, some parents, they're oblivious to, why are my kids so bad? And why are they treating me like crap? Because you let them. You let them at first. You say, oh, well, they're just little. They're just kids. They're just kids, right? So we're going to let that go. We're going to let that go. Okay, well, then they get a little older, and they keep doing it, and they keep doing it, and they keep doing it, and they keep doing it. And now it's a problem because now they're allowed to do it. In their mind, now they're allowed to do it. Now you try to stop it. Now you're trying to break a habit. You're trying to teach something that's against what they were already learning. And it's rough. That's rough. So you have to start earlier and stay on it, I guess. So it goes to a saying that I heard, and it really bothers me when I hear this saying. Well, kids will be kids. That's the saying that I hear all the time. When a kid is doing something that it shouldn't be doing. Maybe you're at a restaurant and they're standing up in the booth, turned around, and they're like dropping corn into the hat of the person sitting in the next booth. And the mother's just throwing her hands up in the air because she's just tired and doesn't want to step up and do the job she signed up to do. I know it's a tough job. It's probably the hardest job. That's why I said you got to be a superhero to take care of these kids. That's what I'm telling you. You got to be a superhero. I'm telling you, it's super hard. Super, super hard. I understand. I do. It's bad. It's rough. It's like battle. You know what I'm saying? You got to go into it's like a cage fight every day. But kids will be kids is not an accurate statement. Kids currently are kids. What kids will be are adults. Kids will be adults. That is a true statement. Now, my question is, at what point does that training start? You know what I mean? At what point are you being overbearing and just being mean to your kid? And at what point are you grooming them and training them to be an adult later on, to know how to act in public, to know not to drop corn into the hat of the person sitting in the booth behind you? Okay? Have you seen these older teenagers and young adults that act like this out in public? You know why they act like that out in public? Because they acted like that when they were a kid and their parents didn't stop it. That's why. That is why. You know why groups of kids walk down the center of the street, and when your car comes down the other way, they actually have to move over into oncoming traffic to go around them because they won't move? You know why that occurs? Because their parents let them walk in the street. They never had that conversation with them. Don't walk in the street. They never followed up on it. They don't watch after them. You know, and people say, well, you know, you can teach your kids whatever, and they're going to go do what they want anyway. That means you have to follow them. You have to stick with it. That's the job you signed up for. Super, super hard job. Super, super hard job. My heart goes out to all parents out there. It's rough, but you got to do it because when they become adults, it's a problem. Okay? When they become teenagers, it's a problem for other people. And that's supposed to be your problem. You had that child. That's your child. That child is your problem. That's another saying that has always really bothered me is, it takes a village to raise a child. No, it doesn't take a village to raise a child. It takes only one competent parent. 2 is preferred, but 1 can still do it, no problem. It's just a tough job that you got to really, really stick to. And I know, especially if it's one parent, you don't have any help. There's no downtime. You don't get a break. You don't get a break. That sucks. But that's what it is. That's just what it is. You know, I mean, if you don't, I always bring up this, let me see what time I got here. This one story, I went to a steakhouse once. This is not a place for children. It's a steakhouse. It's an adult. You can bring your kids, yes. I mean, they're not welcome. Okay, of course, but they have to act a little bit differently at the steakhouse than at McDonald's. Okay, a little bit different environment. Know your environment, where you're at. So I'm there by myself, sitting at a small table, and I just ordered, this was way back in the day, I used to eat a lot. I ordered a big, giant freaking steak and potato, and I'm eating this and everything, and this kid gets out of the booth next to me, walks over to my table, starts dancing around my table, and parents are saying nothing. He grabs a hold of the edge of my table and starts swinging on it, and my drink spills. I then turn to the parents, and I'm the a-hole now, because I say, excuse me, do you see a 6-foot animatronic mouse playing banjo in the corner? And they look at me funny. I'm like, no, then this child shouldn't be swinging over here. This is not a game. This is an adult restaurant. Can you please pull your child back into your booth? Now, I am the a-hole. We'll be back with more fun at the top of the hour for the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast. I'm Outerspace. Hour number 2. Hour number 2.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporko Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
My God, what have I done? What have I done? Look at the turning wheel. The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water. Dead in the water. Beg for mercy and Under the Blade. We live our lives under a blade. Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
UG Media and Lynette Craig Band Management present South African band sensation Defy Theory, coming to the United Kingdom July 2019. Playing at Wharton Music Festival, they are joined by Shropshire's alt rockers Black Bear Kiss and Coventry City's Black Water Fiend for a multiple date tour. That's Defy Theory, Black Bear Kiss and Black Water Fiend. 3 great bands on one fantastic tour. Full details and gig dates to be released soon. Defy Theory, Black Bear Kiss and Black Water Fiend on tour 2019.
Fiber. Gotta eat it. But where am I supposed to get my fiber? Hidden in some namby-pamby muffin? Not me. I want my fiber simple. I want it in a breakfast cereal. That's why I start my day with a delicious bowl of Grunt. Grunt is made from 100% sawdust and twigs that'll go through your system like a lawnmower. How effective is it? When you look down my throat, mister, you can see light from the other end. It's a blast. That makes it fun to eat. New Grunt cereal.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your Vajir holes, it's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the attack. I'm your host, Alien Stone. And we got moving and grooving right along. Starting hour number 2. Coming up, we got more punchlines in review. The weekly sports update with the prospect. Things we no longer need to friggin' advertise. I'm sure you could think of a few of those things right off the top of your head, right? You're like, every time you see the commercial come on, you're like, does anybody not have these products already? Does anybody not know you really need a billboard when there's a big M on the corner, every corner that actually sells the burgers themselves? We're also going to talk about a new poll that came in that says Canadians are the drunkest and do the most cocaine. What? We will talk about that. Polls and surveys in general. And just basically... But first, let's get things underway, the way we always do.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
What the? Florida?
Little story from Florida. I don't think I have the whole story. Yeah, I do have the whole story. Florida man arrested for slapping his girlfriend in the face with a cheeseburger. Not with his hand, with a cheeseburger. I mean, assault's assault, even if it's assaulted. Assault gets assaulted. But even, yeah, I mean, it's still an assault, right? Slapped his girlfriend in the face with a cheeseburger. The Martin County Sheriff's Office said that things between 30-year-old Kyle Jamison Jones. They always got 3 names. You know, they give 3 names to all serial killers, and apparently people who are guilty of assault with a delicious weapon. And his girlfriend, that fight escalated. When he did not get his way, deputies are called to his home. Wow, man, this thing is really, I don't know who wrote this, but he shouldn't be in media at all. And I shouldn't be reading it. They said Jones' girlfriend told deputies that Jones abruptly woke her up by slapping her in the face with a cheeseburger. So she was asleep. You're just trying to take a nap. Or maybe she's just sleeping from the night before. Who knows? Doesn't matter. You're asleep. And he comes walking up and just slaps her in the face with a cheeseburger. The victim said that the attack continued as Jones pulled her hair. Oh, so now the truth comes out. Pulled her hair and kicked her down the stairs. Okay, so your headline sucks, sir. He was not arrested for slapping his girlfriend with a cheeseburger. It was more than likely that he was arrested for pulling her hair and kicking her down the stairs, don't you think? Don't you think he escalated that at that point? And then he covered her with particles from the cheeseburger, just crumbled them all over her. Only Jones admitted to the deputies that there was a verbal dispute that led to this. But she was asleep. So maybe it's true, that thing before we get into arguments with people and they say, hey, you know what? Fine, you win this time, but you know what? Don't go to sleep. Who knew that meant we're going to slap you with a cheeseburger, pull your hair, and then kick you down the stairs? I just thought it meant, I don't like boil pile, come out, the whole sock with a bar of soap in it, in your rib cage a couple times till you wake up. Oh, too late now. Anyway, speaking of cheeseburgers, does anybody know where to get a good cheeseburger? Besides Ashley's of Westland, of course. I'm good. I'm going to go to Ashley's of Westland today after I get off the air, and I'm going to get me one of those $5 cheeseburgers. And now I'm going to come back, I'm going to report to you how delicious it was. But everybody says that they got like the greatest cheeseburger in the world. I have not found the greatest cheeseburger in the world. I did find the greatest cheeseburger in the world, and it went away. Just like all good things in life go away. The greatest cheeseburger ever came from a restaurant called Cheeseburger. Not cheeseburger. It was called Cheeseburger. That's actually the way it was spelled on the sign. Cheeseburger. You could get anything you wanted on these cheeseburgers. I mean, they had hundreds of toppings. Some of them were just, you were like, no. Why would you want peanut butter on your cheeseburger? No. But you could have anything you wanted. That was the point. And they had a 1-pound cheeseburger. And it was the most delicious cheeseburger. Oh my God. I'm salivating. It was so good. It was so delicious. It was the best cheeseburger of all time ever. I would always get the 1-pound cheeseburger with just American cheese. That's right, American cheese. Most people know that anything. I don't even think it's cheese. It's like, we got one molecule that resembles cheese. I don't know what the rest is. Plutonium. I don't know. But it's delicious. I love it. And just mayonnaise on there. And then when you want some fries, I'm like, no, I don't want no fries. I intend on finishing this 1-pound burger. I can't have fries all messing with my plan. And that was the most delicious burger ever. And then, come to find out, the people that own the place, they didn't like paying taxes so much. Yeah. So, they went away. For a long time. You got to pay your taxes, apparently. Even though, didn't we, wasn't there a big thing where we said we weren't supposed to pay taxes? And then everybody's like, okay, but just this one. Okay, just this one. Okay, just this one. Okay, just this one. Now there's like 500 million taxes. I'm sure I'm being taxed somehow just talking to you. It's my vocal air disruption tax. Something stupid. You spoke more than X amount of minutes per day. That, put a certain amount of turbulence in the air, and that affects aircraft in your area. So, I'm afraid that we're going to have to charge you a tax. Ridiculous. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. That's a good song. I'm going to play that one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a fantastic song by a band called Big Motor Gasoline right now. And the song is called Dirty Politician. And you're listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
We don't need your war.
you down to earth, it doesn't care. They know you shouldn't marry anyone until you're dead, but the voices, I swear they hear me. They are inside my head. All the colors fade to red, and we're left in the dust. And suddenly there isn't anybody we can trust, 'cause we're monsters, monsters. This world is a monster, monster. What if I am a monster, monster? This world is a monster. This world is a monster, monster. What if I am a monster, monster? What if you are a monster, monsters? This world is a monster, monster,
My dearest, please accept my sincerest apologies. I know there's much to explain, but I'm simply too afraid to look you in the eyes and tell you to your face. This world is strange and so am I, yet I've never truly found my place in it. Darling, I've been lost for far too long. You see, this map that I've been reading, it's filled with empty houses and dead-end streets. In all of these years, the ink's been fading, so I use the edge to slit my wrists in hopes of bleeding a new path. But life doesn't come with directions or GPS. It twists and turns, it chews and spits. It's been driving me closer to my inevitable end. It's a nightmare, a hellscape, a true living beast. This monster is hungry and I am its feast.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's The Attack.
Wow. Really had a chance to really listen to it. And, you know, that breakdown. Wow. That's a really good song, man. I like that. I like that a lot. Monster. Name of the tune by Autumn Ridge. Great song. Great group of, let's say family of artists. Wow. Anyway, I'm sorry. If you're watching on Facebook Live or on YouTube Live right now, send me over a link that had an awesome picture of one of the most delicious looking cheeseburgers I've ever seen. So it's on the screen right now. And the look on this guy's face and his thumbs up, like heavenly music playing, like, oh, light shining down from above on it. He's a burger. But it still looks great, you know what I'm saying? And I would love to make an attempt at helping. On Mondays, I can't do it today. That's right, it's not $5 burger. I'm sure it's the same burgers. They're just probably not $5. So I'll pay a little more for that burger today. That's okay. I don't mind paying more for a good burger, do you? Mondays, you can stop on. Oh, it is Monday! It's a Monday Morning Madcast. For $5 burgers. Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia. Wednesdays for $5 pizza. And Saturdays, stop on in for trivia. What kind of trivia? Sporkle Live with our own DJ Wild Bill. Don't forget about the 2019 Brewery Throwdown Championship Finals happening on May 22nd. Dragon Mead will be taking on Batch Brewing for your vote. And your vote's going to help determine who is the winner. That's right. We've come down to it, man. I've been putting you through this every week, man. We've been just knocking off breweries left and right. Just remember, though, that with good beer, everybody wins at Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap. Thank you very much, Ashley's, for being a sponsor of the show. Now, how about some punchlines B? Punchlines for hour number 2. Kittens stow away, and they survive a 400-mile trip in a steel column. Now, I'm assuming there's a truck, and it's got these steel columns on the back of the truck. And some kittens got inside, and the trucker drove away. He went 400 miles, and these kittens were just chilling. That's what I'm assuming. But now think about it. Could you last 400 miles? Would you be tripping out if you were in this column for 400 miles? You'd go crazy, right? You'd come out all blah, blah, blah. You'd be screaming. You'd be, hey, help me, let me out of here. You wouldn't be able to take it, right? You wouldn't be able to handle it. But these little pussy cats, they had no trouble. So maybe we should stop referring to weak people as pussies. Because apparently, kitty cats are strong. Just saying. The feline persuasion. This one, I don't even understand this one. I read it yesterday and I didn't understand it. And I don't understand it now. Why? I got gray hair, I guess. I got gray hair and I know who the who is. Vita Coco's social media person apparently peed in a jug to own a coconut water hater. And then afterwards, she was like, and I was like, and then you know what? And then I called her boyfriend up, and then we texted all night, and then you know what? That's exactly what that sounds like. Vita Coco's social media person apparently peed in a jug to own a coconut water hater. You don't like coconut water? I'm going to pee in this jug for you then. Really? Apparently I'm too grown to know what this is even about. I'm just making it up. Anyway, and a 5-year-old brings crack cocaine to preschool. Okay. He didn't buy it. Okay. I'm sure he didn't go to someone else's house, break in, and steal it. He's 5. I'm 5 years old. I'm 5 years old. I should probably. What are you talking about? There's a cheeseburger. You're talking about a 5-year-old kid with crack cocaine? He's got crack cocaine, but he wasn't like smoking it. You know what I'm saying? He just brought it to school. But in his defense, it was show and tell day. Okay, in his defense, it was show and tell day. And that's been the punchlines for our number 2. The creeping chaos in your Vajir holes right now with Plastic Soldiers on the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
David Warren. You're listening to Alien X Radio.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your Vajir holes. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Yeah, we are just about up against the break here. It's just about time to take another short break, pausing the action for station identification. And still coming up this hour, we've got the things you no longer need to advertise. What the hell is wrong with you people? Why are you still spending money on advertising? You do not need to advertise. Save your money, cut the costs for us, the consumers. And are Canadians the drunkest, and do they do the most cocaine? That's what a poll says. We'll talk about whether or not that's nonsense. All of that when we return, as well as more music for your Vajir holes. And a whole nother hour of the attack. All on the way right after this. Go nowhere.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
Hello all, and welcome to another scorching hot weekly sports update with the Prospect on Alien X Radio. The Los Angeles Lakers have recently found a replacement head coach as they have hired Frank Vogel to take over for Luke Walton, but they have reportedly ended their search for the successor to Magic Johnson. The team have announced that they will not hire a president of basketball operations after the Lakers legend abruptly quit due to stress of the position last month. That means that general manager Rob Pelinka answers directly to ownership. Hopefully the change to the totem pole will send the team back in the right direction. Meanwhile, regarding the playoffs, the Warriors are cruising past the Trailblazers and are still doing so without Kevin Durant. The forward has been suffering a calf injury since the Game 5 win against the Rockets. Since then, he's missed Game 6 of that series and the first 2 games of the conference finals. The team hasn't lost a step since his exit, but they fear that his absence is going to be the difference if they are to make it to the finals. Speaking of making it to the finals, I may have jinxed the Carolina Hurricanes a little bit. Not only did they lose to the Bruins, who are heading to the Cup Finals, but they got swept, and bad. How bad? The Canes only managed to score a total of 5 goals. As a comparison, the Bruins scored 5 goals in Game 1. The defense was horrible to say the least, and when they got shut out in Game 4, the writing was on the wall that it just wasn't their year to win at all. But you have to give them credit though. No one, not even the team themselves, thought they were going to get that far, but they did, and now maybe they could be taken seriously. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I am the Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
We are your phone company. And sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we bill you too much. But don't worry. In 4 to 6 weeks, we'll probably get back to you. Yes, we did bill your credit card already. And yes, even if we correct the mistake, which isn't likely, we'll only give you back your money and not those interest charges the credit card company billed you because of our mistake.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube.
I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out?
Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube. I got dry, flaky elbows. Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow. Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something. 8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Welcome back, everybody, to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I'm your host, Alien Stone, broadcasting from the other side of planet Chaos. Or from my little studio inside the mothership. That's right. Just a little part of the ship, you know what I'm saying? Where I broadcast from. You know, then you got the holodeck, you know, you got all the rest of the ship. You know, of course, you know. Goes without saying that that's all true, right? It's internet radio, it's on the internet, therefore it's true. Anyway, we are now at the halfway point. We have to turn around. You didn't even notice that turn, did you? That's because we've got the greatest technology here on the mothership. Okay, the gravitational plates are gravitating, and obviously, since you did not feel the turn, the inertia canceller is canceling. And the deflector array is avoiding all political stories today. Because I'm getting flustered. Just saying. Oh. Let's continue. Coming up yet, we're going to talk about, are Canadians the drunkest? And do they do the most cocaine? This is according to some poll, and of course, how far can you trust a poll? You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on, man. Then we'll talk about polls and surveys. And then we'll talk about how that becomes bad information and false reality. All that's coming up. But first, we are going to talk about things that you no longer need to advertise. And I think that you could agree with everything. Let me see if I got... I've been finding a lot of fun messing around here with this video program that I got. It allows me to do a lot of things that I didn't think I'd ever be able to do on this show. So, like, if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube Live, advertising. Not advertising on my station. I'm not going to self-plug like that. I've got commercials for that. But I'm talking about just in general, advertising. Okay? It's a great thing, okay? Especially if you have a new product. If you have a new product that you are putting on the market. If you're watching on TV, you can see see, this is called advertising. See? It's happening behind me. Every time I post something, it's advertising. You know, you're putting yourself out there. Some people call it promotion. Same thing, it's advertising. It's the same thing. You're trying to draw attention to you for many reasons. Whatever the reason is. Maybe you just want attention. Maybe you want attention for numbers. If you want attention for numbers, maybe it's to make money. Okay, maybe you're trying to sell something. Maybe you just want people to hang out. Maybe you're trying to get people to advertise with you. But there are some things that are being advertised that I don't understand why these people are still dumping money into this advertising. Other than, I mean, obviously competition, okay? I want them to know my brand over that brand. Okay, well, you could do that in a much cheaper way than filling our radio and our televisions with tampon commercials. Okay? I'm pretty sure that all the ladies out there are familiar with tampons and douches and All this stuff, I'm pretty sure they're familiar with this stuff. They do not need a spokesperson to go, hello, I know that you may not feel so fresh. So here, I don't think that you need to, your mother has discussed this with you. Her mother discussed it with her. Y'all been to the store. Y'all know what's at the store. You've got, I mean, it just cracks me up every time these commercials come on there, because when I went to broadcasting school, at broadcasting school, they teach you not to use the fake, whatever. They tell you that you should never start a commercial with a question where the answer is no. Never. So, if they say, let's say I just ate dinner and I'm watching TV and the commercial goes, are you hungry? And I go, no. Then that commercial is no good for me because, I'm not listening anymore. But in this case, no. Well, now they got you, right? But it doesn't affect me, so they lost me. Anyway, don't need to advertise that. You don't need to advertise McDonald's. They have a billboard on every single corner. It's called their sign. They actually have more outlets for the prices of their food. Or let's bump up the quality instead. How about that? Anyway, I went way over. I was ranting and stuff. We need to advertise. I think I had a list here someplace. Toilet paper, butt wipes. That's true. You don't really need that. But boy, wasn't it interesting here. Man, commercials. I love those. Those were just more entertaining for that particular brand. Things we advertise too much that we don't need to advertise Facebook actually for Facebook. I'm like, everybody, even my, old ladies that walk around going, I know what that Facebook, grandma's quarterly without seeing it ever. Keep in touch with your great-grandkids. Anyway, music for the Vajir Holes. A band that we play on the station called The Mayan Factor does a song called Warflower, which I really love. Well, I found another tune by them, so we're going to debut it here on the show. I'm not even really back to the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
What's it like after
Hi, this is Carrie from Rain, and you're listening to Alien X Radio.
Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Come on.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the attack. I'm your host, Alien Stone. A little music from Rain right there. Love that band. Love those guys and gals. They did a great job in that band. They do a great job in everything that they've done. I mean, talk about some excellent production when it comes to recording processes and the sounds that they are able to translate onto the recordings. It's amazing. I highly recommend you check out Rain and Anastasi. That's the current project. Anyway, it is my duty and privilege to inform you that this portion of the show is being brought to you by Igor's Lube. Igor introduces the final ingredient for love, Igor's Lube. From squeaky hinges and dry flaky elbows to naked games of Twister and doing it, everything is smoother with Igor's Lube. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook. Get some today and get some tomorrow at igorslube.com. That's www.igorslube.com. So, I saw one of these polls or surveys that was calling out our Canadian friends. It said, and I'm gonna this is exactly what it said. It said that out of all the countries, Canada was the drunkest and they did the most cocaine. Okay, now, who did you ask? That's what it always gets me, is people always listen, oh, that poll said this. It's no longer us. In Ireland, I thought the Ireland was the ones that were supposed to be so drunk. That's a horrible accent. See, I always do these accents, and then people are like, stop doing accents. I'm not going to stop doing it. As long as you keep saying that it's bad, I'm going to keep doing it, because that's why I do it, because it's bad. Anyway, anytime that there's a poll, you got to think about this. Who did they ask? How many people did they ask? Polls and surveys are absolutely no good. They don't do any good unless you know how big the group is, who is in the group, and it's everybody. Okay? And it's everybody. You can't say that you just said that a poll said that in the entire world, that means the entire population of the planet, according to them. Who's them? Earthlings. According to Earthlings, Canada is the most drunkest country on the face of the planet. That's what you're trying to tell me. That's what I say to that, okay? I bet you they're just as drunk as everybody else, okay? No more, no less. On average, the same as everywhere else. Why? Because I don't think that a country or a nationality or a race or a religion or any of this kind of stuff is going to determine whether or not you're drunk or your drink. Okay, come on. It's just the laws of averages. It's going to be about 50-50 everywhere you go. It's going to be the same. Everybody's going to be, some people drink, some people don't drink. Oh, he's a Canadian, so he must be drunk. Really? That's what's you're going to jump to that conclusion? I thought that you would be, Ireland. Remember? They're the ones that are known for being drunk, right? They get drunk and they get into fights. No. Well, maybe. But I don't know. These are things that they say. People always blame it on the they. Who are they? That's what I want to know. Who are they? Those are the people in the survey. Surveys are junk. That's how you get bad information. People think it's true. It's not true. Hand-picked people came up with that answer. And we will be back with hour number 3 of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space right after this.
Ashley's of Westland. The best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel. The Alignment, the latest CD from the Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
One for the guy.
Are you looking to bring the karaoke experience to your next event? Have you looked at the home karaoke systems and found them to be just toys? Well, Alien Stone Entertainment Karaoke has professional equipment, professional sound, and delivers a professional karaoke experience. Don't settle for hundreds of songs when you can have tens of thousands. From oldies, Motown, and R&B to rock, metal, alternative, rap, and country, Alien Stone Entertainment Karaoke has it all. Alien Stone Entertainment Karaoke is available for private parties as well as bars, clubs, and other special events. For booking, call 734-658-2746. That's 734-658-2746. Or visit us online at www.alienstoneentertainment.com. Alien Stone Entertainment. Out of this world karaoke, down to earth prices.
Are you looking for a way to get your message out there? Have you been looking for just the right way to advertise your business, website, or upcoming event? Have you thought about advertising on the radio but thought it would be too expensive? Well, you should try advertising on Alien X Radio. We have advertising packages for every budget starting as low as $30 per month. That's right, radio advertising for as little as $1 a day. You don't have a commercial? No problem. Our copywriting and production department can create a radio spot complete with voiceovers, sound effects, and music that's just right for your needs. And unlike other stations, the production is included. So what are you waiting for? Just visit www.alienxradio.com and click on the advertisers link to get a look at our packages and rates. Then contact us at advertising@alienxradio.com. That's advertising@alienxradio.com.
Donna, is that a bottle of Igor's lube?
I wish you would just ring up my stuff without all the questions.
I heard there are millions of uses for that stuff.
I only have one.
Have you ever tried playing a naked game of Twister all covered in this stuff?
Can't say that I have.
This stuff will really help to get you out of a tight spot. Or into one, if you know what I mean. Huh?
Are you almost finished?
Just waiting for the bag boy.
Igor? And don't forget that my lube comes in 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 1 pint, and 1 gallon sizes. So you can feel free to try out that naked twister thing.
Uh-huh. Now see, I told you.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Give me some static! You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership
For the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
When's the last time you had a good time?
broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vagir holes.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Welcome back to The Attack. I'm your host, Alien Stone. It's The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Hour number 3. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for sticking around through all my nonsense. Maybe I made sense. Maybe I didn't make sense. Maybe you agree with me. Maybe you don't. Either way, you didn't call me to agree. You didn't call to disagree. Therefore, I must be right. That's how you know if you're right or wrong, is somebody else comes up to you and tells you, not tells you that you're wrong. Okay, let's get that straight. That's not how you find out you're wrong. Somebody doesn't come up and tell you you're wrong. Because how do you know they're right? They come up and they tell you their point of view, and you listen to it for a minute, because they might say something, and you're like, oh, I never thought of that, or I didn't know that. And it might change what you're thinking. And maybe they're just regurgitating stuff that you've already gone through and disproven in your mind. So, but either way, you just listen to it. It may or may not alter or completely change your point of view. It may leave it unchanged, unchecked completely. But that's the only way to be intelligent in your decision, I think. What is that? What kind of a rant did I just get on? What did that have to do with anything? Welcome to hour number 3 of The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. We got some punchlines still on the way for this hour. We got another a weekly news update from NPR. And would you pay $275 for a single slice of toast? What about for the whole toaster? It only makes a single slice of toast. We'll talk about that. And we will revisit just a few questions from inside the mothership, where D-Unit and Mad Martin were inside the mothership answering just a few questions entitled Celebrity Lube Match. All that is on the way, but first, let's go ahead and start the show in the third hour like we usually do.
And now your wackadoo of the week.
I said let's start it like we usually do. And yep, just like I usually do. It wasn't ready, and I didn't do it on time. It's the wackadoo of the week. Let me set up the Facebook Live and the YouTube Live stuff so that you can see what I'm talking about here. This week's wackadoo of the week is a movie. It's a movie! How many Sharknadoes are there going to be? I don't know. But I bet you there's only going to be one Clown-nado. I just don't see this getting past part 1. But then again, I didn't see Sharknado getting past part 1 either. You know what I'm saying? So our wackadoo of the week is Clown-nado, and I'm going to play the trailer for it right now. Check it out.
There is one nasty-ass storm heading this way. Tornado touched down about 4 blocks away. This thing is bad news. I mean, it's evil.
We've been chasing storms for a long time now, and we've never seen anything like this.
The show's starting, and we have a new act debuting tonight.
What the hell is going on?
You know this clown, honey?
Hello, darling.
We gotta move it away from the town. That thing's gonna destroy everyone and everything in its path.
Yeah. It's Clown-nado. Not Clown-nado, but Clown-nado. It's just what it says. It's instead of a tornado filled with sharks, It's a tornado filled with killer clowns. And it's going to come and destroy the town and eat people and do horrible things. And it's ultra super low budget, okay? You think that Sharknado had a huge budget. Okay, a huge budget compared to this. Okay, this actually has the budget of the movies I made. Okay, this is some super low budget stuff, but that's the kind of stuff I do like. I would rather probably see this one than definitely another Sharknado. And as a matter of fact, I probably will see it. Because I don't know, I'm a glutton for punishment. Maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment. I thought I had a link here for, because I did have Anthony C. Ferrante is his name. He was the director of Sharknado. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on here. Oh well. I had him on here someplace. Hey, this is Anthony C. Ferrante, and you're listening to Alien Stone. Yeah, I've got that. So can't find it right now. Whatever. Anyway, so Sharknado. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 15, whatever it is now. I don't know. How many times did they say, like, the final storm or something? I don't know. But now we've got Clown-nado coming out next. So what do you guys think? 313-444-8919. 313-444-8919. No clowning around. Give me a call as we jam out some tunes right now from a band called Clownhammer, and it's East Side Story on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
to Sky.
I'm Lori Nilly, and we're from RAK Films.
And you're listening to Alien X Radio.
Chance Live.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your Vajir holes. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Can you feel it?
All right, welcome everybody back to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am your host, Alien Stone. 313-444-8919. Again, it's 313-444-8919. That's the number you can give me a call. Also, it is my duty and privilege to inform you that this portion of the show is being brought to you by Ashley's of Westland. Stop on in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for a $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop in Saturday nights for Sporkle Live with our own DJ, Wild Bill. Also, the 2019 Brewery Throwdown Championship Finals are happening on May 22nd, where Dragon Mead will be taking on Batch Brewing, and your vote will help determine the winner. Just remember that with good beer, everybody wins at Ashley's. That's Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap. Thank you for being a proud sponsor of the station and the show. So, that brings us to the punchlines. Oh, God, please, no. No. This guy had an itch in his ear. It says this guy's ear itch was caused by a spider making a nest. Now, I'm not afraid of spiders. I don't have arachnophobia. Because that's an irrational fear of spears. That's a different kind of fear. An irrational fear of spiders. My fear of them is not irrational. You know what I'm saying? I see them, I don't go running and screaming and going crazy and everything. I'll kill them. I'll squish them or, whatever. But the thought of one going into your ear, okay, now, and you can't get it out, and it makes a freaking nest. If it makes a nest, that means it's laying eggs. You can have baby spiders in your ear. And this just in, you will not be able to sleep tonight because you will be thinking about this story and my description of what was happening. You're welcome. My God. Anyway, Guns N' Roses, they're in a courtroom again, but this time they're not getting sued. They're doing the suing. Guns N' Roses sues brewery over Guns N' Rose beer. Not Guns N' Roses beer. Guns N' Rose beer. The two people that are partners in this brewery, their last name is Guns N' Rose. So it's Guns N' Roses Brewery, right? So we'll see how that unfolds. I bet you it doesn't go any farther. They'll be like, that's their name, Axel. Well, that's my name too. Ah! No, shh, Axel, stop. Okay? We know what your name too. Other people have that name. Okay? It's not that difficult to understand, right? And a child discovers $40,000 worth of meth inside a box of Legos. That's a hell of a Lego set. And again, it was show and tell day, all right? We've gone over this in previous things here. It was show and tell day. But yeah, stop letting your kids bring crack cocaine to school. Stop letting your kids bring all the meth to school because you decided to put it in the Legos. Quit hiding drugs in your kids' stuff. Hey, I got an idea. If you got kids, quit having drugs around the house. How about that? How about you stop all that? Anyway, that has been the punchlines. More music for the Vajir holes coming up right now in the form of Bangladesh. That's the name of the tune. And Crawl, the name of the song. And I guess that this name is called Crawl because that's how they're leaving the bar every day, according to that poll that we read earlier, because this is a Canadian band. So they must be drunk and on cocaine, right? According to that stupid thing. Anyway, Crawl from Canada, Bangladesh, the name of the song. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
One back. I have it done, Jack, but I know it's wrong. Oh, visions live from under me again. It's the same all my life. Train drifting out from my head like the clouds of
Hi, this is Peter Abraham from Inregalia, and you're listening to Alien X Radio.
All right, that was In Regalia. Wow. Yeah, you got to turn on all the buttons, dude. Yeah, otherwise they can't hear you. That's how radio works, man. Anyway, it's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. It is time for a short break, a pause in the action for station identification. A moment to introduce you to our sponsors, but we'll be back with a $275 toaster. I want to see what this is all about. And, of course, Celebrity Lube Match when we return on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
And now your weekly news update from NPR.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
I've always listened to it. The National Weather Service is warning a severe storm system will strike the central and southern U.S. plains today. There are strong chances for large hail and flooding, as well as a risk of tornadoes. Separately, winter storm warnings are posted for parts of the Rocky Mountains. That includes areas of Colorado and Wyoming, as well as parts of South Dakota. The Weather Service says there could be several rounds of heavy, wet snow, and higher elevations could get as much as 2 feet of it. The members of First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas, have dedicated a new church building. Texas Public Radio's Joey Palacios reports 18 months ago, a gunman killed more than 24 congregants.
The names of the 26 victims and their ages were read aloud, followed by a bell in the new sanctuary of First Baptist Church.
Brooke Breon Ward, 5.
Survivors and family members comforted one another. During the dedication service, Pastor Frank Pomeroy said the new church is a sign that evil did not win, which has been a mantra for Sutherland Springs.
Though there was tragedy, God brings roses out of the ashes.
Since the shooting, service has been held in a temporary building. The original church stands as a memorial, but church members will decide its future. For NPR News, I'm Joey Palacios in Sutherland Springs, Texas.
A billionaire businessman says he'll pay off the student debt for the entire graduating class of Morehouse College. Technology investor Robert F. Smith made the announcement to the historically black male college during the university's commencement speech on Sunday. The Associated Press estimates the cost will be about $40 million. I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News in Washington.
This message comes from NPR sponsor, Indeed. If you're hiring, with Indeed, you can post a job in minutes, set up screener questions, then zero in on your short list of qualified candidates using an online dashboard. Get started at Indeed.com/NPR podcast.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland.
The latest CD from the Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water. Beg for mercy and Under the Blade. Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube. I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out? Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube. I got dry, flaky elbows. Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your vagir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's the home stretch here on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. We've been blasting through the galaxy at triple redunculous speeds. Gravitational plates gravitating, the inertia canceling, and the deflector array has not said anything political. All day. All day. So, that being said, coming up is the big part of the show is when we do the review of Inside the Mothership's Just a Few Questions. And this week's episode is called Celebrity Lube Match. And in the pool, we've got D-Unit and Mad Martin. And I'll be asking them just a few questions. You'll be checking that out, so stick around for that. You definitely don't want to miss it. And we've got more music for your Vajir holes coming up. Not sure, again, what I'm going to play. Who knows? I just throw and say, okay, what are we going to play? See, there's certain bands that I really like to play, but they're so copywritten that actually Facebook boots me off. It doesn't even just mute it later. It actually cuts me off. And it drives me insane. Hey, I found another song called Monster. Everybody has a song called Monster. Have you ever heard that? Everybody has a song called Monster or something Monster or Monster in the title somewhere. Anyway, before... So we did the news, we did this. Okay, before we get into the music for the Vajir holes, I want to talk to you a little bit about toast. I'm sure you like toast, right? And there's always a new way to make toast. There's always a new fancy gadget. It's usually a toaster of some kind, right? It's just, a different shape or whatever, a fancier model, but it's still a freaking toaster. Well, here is a toaster. This is a brand new fancy computerized toaster. Look at that thing. Okay? It's from Japan. It's a Japanese toaster. But then again, everything's from Japan, right? But it's a Japanese toaster. Look, it's got all this fancy, you can program it for all these different darknesses and everything. And it looks kind of like it would be something from a high-tech George Foreman kind of era. Because or a panini press kind of thing. But it's a toaster. And it has the capacity of one slice of toast. One slice of toast at a time. Most people want 2 slices of toast at a time, right? Most people. Some people might want one. This is for you, man. Especially if you happen to have $275 laying around, because that's how much that toaster costs. It's a $275 toaster right there. Whoop. And it makes 1 slice of toast at a time. It doesn't say anything about being able to make a grilled cheese in it or anything. It's just for toast. Just for making toast. I don't know about you, but I can get a toaster that makes 4 slices of toast at a time, and I can buy that bad boy for $20, and it'll last about 10 years. At which time, I won't mind spending another $20 for another toaster. But that's ridiculous. For toast? I used to have this tune. I wonder if I still got that toast. Oh, no, that's not it. Bummer. There's a guy that's playing a toaster and he's singing about toast. It's pretty hilarious. No, I can't find it. Anyway, do you really want to spend that much money for toast? No thanks. Monster from Pound. I don't know why this is so hard to say. It's Pound, but it's the way it's spelled. I don't know why. I just want Pound. I want to say Pound with Monster on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Yeah.
answer just a few questions.
Yes, sir. It is time for the return of just a few questions. And today, I've got two people having to answer to my. Wow, how am I bouncing back?
I don't know.
That's weird. All right. Anywho, this portion of the show is being brought to you by Igor's Lube. Igor introduces the final ingredient for love. That's Igor's Lube. From squeaky hinges and dry, flaky elbows to naked games of Twister and doing it. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook. Get some today and get some tomorrow at igorslube.com. That's www.igorslube.com.
Doing it!
That's right. Thank you for that, Fez. So, are you ready?
I'm ready, man. Let's do this.
Are you ready, Martin?
I'm ready.
All right.
Question number 1.
Question number one.
You have been offered $25 million to participate in a one-time, full-contact, no-holds-barred cage fight. Even if you lose, you will walk away with $1 million. Now, this will be a blind match. This means that the place, the style of fighting, and your opponent have not been set as of yet. This is also not your normal MMA fight. It's kind of a cross between the UFC and celebrity deathmatch.
With a mix of robot fighting.
So let's get all that done now, shall we? When thinking of all the places that you might be really good at fighting at, where would you like to schedule the event? A, Madison Square Garden. B, your kitchen on the day all your bills are due. C, your elementary school playground. Or D, on stage at the Token Lounge in a vat filled with Igor's Lube.
Oh yeah, it's got to be the last one.
And I can say the Token's like a home away from home for me. And yeah, I'm gonna go with the Token Lounge and Igor's Lube.
All right.
Yep.
All right, so that's pretty safe to say. The fight will be taking place at the Token Lounge, probably in a baby pool.
In the baby pool.
No, we'll get a big, like, hot tub. We'll get it all warmed up. Warmed up hot tub.
No, we'll just get like one of those big inflatable pools and just fill that with Igor's Lube.
There you go. That's what we'll do.
That's it.
Your wild card answer that you didn't choose was on Facebook.
Guaranteed someone will already film it.
Everybody's good fighting on Facebook. The bonus question: have you ever been in a real fist fight? And if so, when, where, and with whom? D-Unit.
Yes, I have. When it was a long time ago. I can't remember the exact year. It was at a bar or bowling alley bar type thing. And no, I don't remember the dude's name.
He was the dude.
He was the dude.
Now he's in movies.
Yeah, exactly. Playing Igor.
And Martin.
Yes, I have actually. Yes, stopping a young girl getting assaulted.
Oh, Super Martin to the rescue.
Here he comes to save the day. Super Martin's on his way.
Pretty much right in front of me. Yeah. It wasn't the first time either.
Oh, that's crazy.
How long ago was that?
Probably about a year or so ago.
Wow. Nice. Well, kudos.
Well, when chaos comes over across, man, you're going to be our bodyguard then.
Yeah. You know, somebody to guard our body.
You know,
sorry, that didn't sound right.
Question
number 2.
Question number 2. All right, so, okay. Now we know where the fight will be held. Now we need to determine the manner of fighting. There are many forms of martial arts as well as good old street fighting and weapons. Given your height, weight, speed, and previous training, what form of combat will you engage in? Just remember that you do not know who you will be fighting yet, and they will be fighting in whatever style they choose. So, I'm going to name off some styles, and then I'm going to give you 3 options of why you would choose that style. So, A, street fighting. Would you choose street fighting because you can fight dirty? You won't be judged on your technique? Or if you lose, you can always say that you weren't trained and still, got into the ring and had the big balls anyway?
I'm definitely going with fighting dirty.
Because you can fight dirty. Okay, some ball shots.
Yep.
Some biting. All right.
Listen, man, there ain't no rules in fighting, man.
It says no holds barred.
Exactly.
And Martin.
Yep, exactly that. Yep, fight dirty.
Fight dirty. Excellent. I threw him over my shoulder by his scrotum.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
I won immediately. All right. B is sumo wrestling.
Okay.
The reasons why would be you don't need to look like you're in shape. You're used to throwing your weight around, or you get to keep the sweaty diaper after the fight.
I'm going with A.
Go with A because you don't need to look like you're in shape.
Don't need to look like you're in shape.
Okay, Martin.
Oh dear, what was the second one?
The second one is you're used to throwing your weight around.
Oh, don't know. I'm not used to throwing my weight around, but I'll take the dirty used diaper though.
You take that. You got a collection of them at home now.
I will do. I'll start with.
I've got a diaper hamper. I got to get enough diapers to fill it. All right. So C is bitch slapping.
Oh hell.
The reasons why you would choose bitch slapping is you've seen a few pimp movies and think you've got a good handle on that. You have very large hands, or at least they appear large while you're holding smaller objects. Or because you never get to bitch slap anyone at home.
I'm going A because I always tell the wife, I have a very strong pimp hand.
All right.
Yes. And,
pimp slap.
It's all about the pimp slapping.
It's my money.
What do the hands say to the face?
Martin.
It's going to have to be the last one.
Because you never get to bitch slap anyone at home. Yeah, might as well, All right, so the last one is drunken Irish headbutting.
What?
Drunken Irish headbutting.
How beautiful.
The reasons why might be you can't wait till your corner gives you a bottle of Guinness and a shot of Jameson in between rounds. Your wife has told you on many occasions that you're thick-headed enough and you must be perfect. Or you like to touch other people's heads.
I'm going with B on that one.
You're going with B because the wife has told you on many occasions that you're thick-headed enough and you must be perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
B, definitely B.
B, all right.
Hi, Amanda, if you're listening.
And now, okay, those were the different styles to choose from. There was one other style to choose from, which was your wild card answer, which nobody decided to go with the wild card answer anyway, which was trash talking and running away.
Oh.
No, never run away.
Trash talking and running away. Bonus question, would you rather headbutt a medicine ball or get one dropped on your nuts?
I'm going to go with headbutt a medicine ball because if I headbutt it, I don't have to headbutt it hard.
That's true.
I can just be like...
Gravity is in control of the other option.
Exactly.
That's correct.
Gravity is in control of the other option.
And Martin?
I like my balls in the same shape that I was born with, so I'll headbutt it.
Isn't it amazing? We like our balls more than our head. And that's something. Don't tell the girl that, though, because then she'll be distracted with a different process.
Drinking beans.
Anyway...
Drinking beans.
Question number three is, okay, now we know where we will be fighting, and we know the style that we will use. So who will we be fighting? Could it be a world champion MMA fighter? Could it be a legendary wrestler? Let's see who is in the running. Let's think about the pros and cons of these potential opponents. Your first potential opponent, I have a con and a pro. You're going to give me a con and a pro, and then I'm going to tell you whether you're right or wrong, because you got to agree with me.
Oh.
First opponent possibility is John Wick. What would be the con? What would be a reason you did not want to fight John Wick?
Because he's a badass.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, I didn't kill his dog.
There you go. My con was John Wick doesn't beat people, he kills them. It's hard to spend $1 million when you're dead.
Right.
This is true.
Now, what's the pro? What's something that would help you out when fighting John Wick?
I'm gonna let Martin go on this one first because I've never seen any of the John Wick movies.
Oh, okay. He's a badass. He'll kill you.
Right.
Yeah, another pro is I didn't kill his dog. So then he will have no reason to kill me.
And that's almost on here. The pro was you can make fun of his dog, making him extremely mad so that he takes you out quickly. Now, the second choice of fighters is Shonuff.
Who's the greatest?
Who's the baddest mofo no doubt around this town? Shonuff, the Shogun of Harlem.
The Shogun of Harlem.
The con. What would be a reason why you would not want to fight Shonuff?
Because he's the meanest, baddest motherfucker all around this town.
That's a good reason.
That and he got the glow first, bro.
Now, see, my con is even though he's an a-hole, he does possess the power of the glow. I will take that as an answer, correct?
Because he's had the glow first.
That is correct. And Martin.
Yes.
The glow.
The glow.
Now, a reason why you would want to fight him.
Why would I want to fight him? Well, why not? Not every day you get to fight the Shogun of Harlem.
Here's why I would fight him, okay? Because somebody needs to tell him that you can't be walking around wearing shoulder pads.
Yes. It's not the 80s anymore.
Yes.
Stop it.
You can't be walking around town with shoulder pads on like that.
That's
man.
right.
It's just, all
right.
Fashion called that said you need some.
We're definitely going in. We're already into overtime on this, and we still got a little bit to go yet.
Okay.
So the pro is, if you just tell him that he's the master, he won't try to drown you at the end of the fight.
Oh. That's true.
C is Pee Wee Herman. What's the reason why you would not want to fight Pee Wee Herman? The con.
The con? He might have Igor's lube on his hands.
That's possible. That is possible. Martin.
Oh, I couldn't hurt Pee Wee Herman.
You wouldn't want to hurt him. That's the con. This one is the stipulation to fighting Pee Wee is that you both must fight naked from the waist down.
Sword fight at dawn. That's wrong.
I'm going to give you the pro right now for fighting Pee Wee Herman. As long as you can keep from crossing swords, you're pretty sure you can take him.
I was going to say the pro is like he does that little dance and he points you where you want him to hit him.
There you go. I'm going to hit you here and then you can hit me there. I'm going to hit you there and you can hit me there. And finally, haven't heard this guy in a while on Just a Few Questions, Terry Crews. Why don't you want to fight Terry Crews?
Because he's Terry Crews.
Because he's Terry Crews.
You probably enjoy Igor's lube more than anybody else.
That's right.
He'll slip it up there with his muscles.
My con is you just don't know. He might be wearing a Speedo and bouncing his pecs.
That's it.
The pro is he will be wearing Speedos and bouncing his pecs. There was no wild card, but the bonus question is, who will you decide to get into the cage with? John Wick, Shonuff, Pee Wee Herman, or Terry Crews?
Oh, Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman, naked from the waist down.
Waist down.
All of Igor's lube.
Yes.
I'm in.
On the stage, at the Token Lounge, Pee Wee Herman, naked from the waist down.
With Igor's lube.
And what style of fighting did you choose?
It
was bitch slapping, wasn't it?
It was street fighting.
Oh, street fighting.
It's a street fighting, yeah.
There you go, man. Now, we're still going into overtime. Why? Because it's time. Lightning strikes.
Oh, no. I forgot about this.
Taekwondo, Japanese or Korean?
Korean.
Korean. True or false? Kevin James did a movie as a cage fighter.
True.
True. Just saw it the other day. It was actually pretty good. Speedos or swim trunks?
Speedos.
Oh, swim trunks.
Swim trunks. You're gonna wear Speedos?
Only for you.
Only for me. What's worse, getting caught in an arm bar or at the corner bar by your wife?
Corner bar.
Corner bar.
It's both, man. They're both bad. Slapped in the face or punched in the gut?
Oh, slapped in the face. I can take a gut punch.
I want to get punched in the gut. I don't want to get slapped in the face. That hurts. It makes my eyes water. Yes or no? Yes or no? That guy should have what?
I don't know.
Oh, yes or no? That guy should have gave his son to John Wick.
That would have been a different movie.
Yes.
Yes.
I was just guessing.
He refused to give his son to John Wick, so he had to kill both of them.
Oh, terrible.
So finally, Pee-wee. Good or bad spokesperson for Igor's Lube?
Oh,
I think it'd be absolutely amazing.
Great. Hi, I'm Pee-wee Herman, and when I'm at the movie theater seeing a XXX film and I'm whacking it, I love to use Igor's Lube. It's got just the right stroke and just the right smoothness, and it takes care of my dry, flaky elbows while I'm at prison. And ladies and gentlemen, that has been Just a Few Questions.
Oh, beautiful.
All right. I want to thank everybody for joining me this week for the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Oh, man, Just a Few Questions. We just love doing that each and every week. Inside the Mothership can be heard at 12 noon every Sunday right here on Alien X Radio. That's 12 noon Eastern. I say that because we are heard on other stations all around the world, as well as in this station now, heard on alienxradio.com, UG Media in the UK, Facebook.com, and UG Media, as well as all of our fine affiliates like WON The Apple in New York City, New York, or 24.7 The Stream in Chicago. I mean, we just got great affiliates all over the world. I want to thank all of them, and I want to thank all of you for joining me and listening each and every week. And until next time, this is Alien Stone saying peace, Earthling. I'm trying to say it. Peace, Earthlings!
This is flight number 914 from Earth to our planet. We will be taking off in 3 minutes.
Mr. Chambers, don't get on that ship. The rest of the book, To Serve Man, it's a cookbook.